multifamily mindset.
Podcast. Think bigger.
All right, what up, my friends? Welcome to the MFM podcast. It's Thursday, my favorite day of the week. My name is Dallas Pruitt, and I am very grateful to be here on the show with you today. And on today's show, it's all about entrepreneurship. It's all about helping you as the new or seasoned business owner, striving to get your business to a point of thriving. Maybe you're just trying to get it up off the ground. Maybe you're trying to keep it afloat, and maybe you're killing it right now, but you just want to get better. It doesn't really matter where you land. I love entrepreneurship. I am still learning a massive amount about it every single day. I've been in the fire, in the arena, doing the work for the last 5 years, and I feel like I'm finally starting to connect some of the dots that have been kind of hitting spots in different areas for quite some time now. And I want to take everything that I've learned, and I want to help as many people as I possibly can who are brave enough to jump into this space, because it's a wild ride. It's a beautiful ride, and it's not something for everybody, but it's definitely something that I felt called to. And as I've continued to move forward, I have found out that there are a number of things that work really well, and there are a number of things that are completely irrelevant. And so it's really not just about one thing. I think there's a lot of people out there that want to tell you, hey, this is the one thing you're missing, and if you just had this, you'd be able to figure your problems out. And the truth is, there's a lot of things. A lot of things add up, and it's not just one thing that's going to save you or be that catalyst or that difference maker. It's a series of things at different times. And I just want to share some amazing things today with all of you. So buckle up. We're going to dive right in. I want to hone in on 4 key pillars to help you achieve sustained professional and personal success on this wild ride of entrepreneurship. The 4 areas that we're going to hone in on today, and this framework that I've put together that I want to give you, is all about vision, growth, resilience, and leadership and relationships. We're going to couple those two as that 4th pillar. And what I want to do is share a detailed framework that caters to both you new and seasoned entrepreneurs. So without further ado, let's dive into the first of these 4 key pillars, and that first one is clarity of vision. The importance of setting a clear purpose is paramount for you as the entrepreneur. Defining your why for doing what you're doing, and then giving that massive depth over time. Understanding what drives you beyond just financial success. It has been one of the most important components of my process and my success that I have found. And look, we don't want to brush that aside. We understand that going into entrepreneurship does involve wanting to achieve greater financial success. But if that financial success, what I have found is if it is rooted in selfish reasons, it becomes really, really problematic. I have faced different stages of adversity in my life when the process or the stage of where I was at not made me, but I myself went really internal and focused on focused on me. It has created massive problems. The purpose is where the focus should be, and this becomes your guiding purpose or your guiding compass at all times, especially during those challenging times, which are absolutely 100% inevitable in your pursuits. So again, why, knowing why you're doing what you're doing, giving it massive depth, and understanding it at a high level, what drives you well beyond just the financial success. Goal setting is something within this pillar here that has helped me massively. Breaking down long-term vision, my long-term vision, into actionable short-term accomplishments, goals that I can knock off in the process of moving up that ladder or, climbing this mountain that really has no top. This is something we hone in on, actually, with all of our students at every level. at the Multifamily Mindset within any of our programs. Marks, targets, you've got to have them. They're so important. If you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every single time. And so having a mark is paramount. And then I want to share something here that I've learned is that you must be adaptable in your vision. Stay open, not in your goals, but stay open to evolving your mission based on things that are happening in the space that you dove into, whether that's multifamily real estate, obviously here, but really anywhere in your industry. What are the market trends? What's the customer feedback? What's the market look like? And you and your own personal growth, how has that changed? You must leave room for flexibility. Things change. Things evolve. As they do, so should you and your process. Actions here are things like creating a vision board. I think it's a great thing. I think mission statements that align with your core values, these things are really impactful. In fact, these are a number of different things that we teach. My point here is there are actually a bunch of different ways that you can go about this. The most important point I'd like to drive home here is that all great things are created twice. I'll say that again. All great things, and really bad things too, everything is created twice. First in the mind, then in reality. If you can't see it before it comes to life, it's going to be a lot harder to actually bring it to life. And then another action here is just regularly review and update your short-term and long-term goals as things develop. Okay, pillar number 2, growth-oriented mindset. That's what we want to focus in on here. And the first thing I'd like to touch on is the importance of embracing lifelong learning. There's a reason I have continued to teach this acronym of learn, implement, fail, evolve. Entrepreneurs, especially, all people in my opinion, but entrepreneurs especially need to constantly learn, whether it's industry-specific knowledge, leadership skills, emotional intelligence. You must stay curious. You must prioritize personal development. These are non-negotiables as an entrepreneur. The second point I'd like to touch on here is failing fast, learning faster. Reframe failure as learning. This is a crucial step for an entrepreneur. Something that I was challenged with early on. I definitely had a fear of failure. I came from a sports background, performance-based, and I just really struggled with putting myself out there as an entrepreneur in the beginning stages. In fact, it's something that kind of shows back up every once in a while. It's a real thing where the brain starts to play tricks on me and you saying, don't do this. You're going to look silly. This is going to look dumb. You don't have all the answers. This is going to fail. It's not going to sell, whatever it is. And we must fight back. We must, and really I've learned that it's not even about fighting that. It's about embracing the truth. It's about knowledge. It's about understanding the realness that failure is good. Failure teaches, failure stretches, failure helps us grow, helps us learn. You cannot have learning without failure. So each setback, it really is just an opportunity to grow and to pivot. I heard this quote the other day by Reid Hoffman, and it sums it up really well. I wanted to share it with you guys today. It says, starting a company is like jumping off a cliff and building a plane on the way down. That is beautiful and spot on. You can't wait around for the perfect time. You must implement, you must fail, you must evolve, you must learn, and that is the cycle. Learn, implement, fail, evolve all the time. And then leveraging mentorship, leveraging coaching, leveraging those types of relationships, seeking out those types of people that can guide you. Even seasoned entrepreneurs benefit from external perspectives and accountability. Go to people who you align with in terms of your values and your goals, and who are in similar places that you'd like to be in one day. Actions that we can connect here with this pillar are dedicate time weekly for self-education. I wake up early and I dive right into learning. The first thing that I do is I write. I take time for writing. It's just something that I do in terms of my professional skill set and what I'm striving to accomplish. But right after that, it's study hour. It's study time in the stillness, in the quiet of the morning. That is my time to self-educate. Everything is relevant to the current struggles, trends, and things like that I'm facing as a business owner, as a person. And I do this through books. I do this through podcasts. I do this through courses. I do this through programs. It's something that is an absolute must, in my opinion, for sustained success in entrepreneurship. And then after each failure or mistake, an action you should implement is just document. Have a way of documenting those lessons learned and the actionables that you can take away from those experiences. That's why I'm a huge advocate of journaling. That's why I'm a huge advocate of putting those things on paper on purpose so you can implement those things and just get better as time continues forward. And then the third pillar here, resilience and grit, mental toughness. Entrepreneurship, it is filled with highs and lows. It has been a roller coaster. Since leaving my W-2 in the fall of 2020, it has been a roller coaster. Some of the highest highs I've ever experienced in my entire life, and honestly, some of the hardest experiences I've had thus far. I've had a lot of them on both ends of the spectrum. It is crucial to cultivate emotional resilience. You can do this by practicing mindfulness techniques, meditation techniques, journaling strategies. These things help you process stress. They help you remain centered. And something I'd pull into this same area is don't overlook the power of growing your physical health, your physical fitness. I'm not saying you need to become an ultra marathon runner to find success in entrepreneurship, but there is an absolute surety through my experience that I have seen mind-body connection being a powerful asset, a powerful contributor to one's success as they face challenges and hardship and adversity in the process of growing a business and growing a life at the same time and keeping priorities in check. So that is just something that I have personally learned that I felt like throwing in there. And then the next piece here is committing to action, not just now, but long term. This is a new baseline. If you're a new entrepreneur, this is the new baseline. This is the new normal. You are an action taker. You are a risk taker. You are a maker, creator. Focus on what you can control. Your effort, your discipline, your implementation, your ability to fail and then learn from it and change. Overcoming the paralysis of overthinking. It's something I've had to really confront. And it's something that, again, comes back into play every once in a while. I have a tendency to overthink and conjure up things that aren't real and try to out-strategize problems instead of just hitting them head on every day. I've found that just focusing on doing the next right thing and not getting too far ahead of yourself is a very powerful thing in building a business, in entrepreneurship. And that is done by committing to just taking consistent action on the next right thing, no matter how small that thing is. It is beneficial. This is why I'm constantly pushing the mindset of consistency over intensity. Consistency will produce sustainability. Intensity comes with episodes of burnout. And then bounce back from setbacks. That's the next piece here. Building a support system and habits that help you bounce back when you go through those setbacks. These look like family, faith, like-minded community. All of these things are extremely helpful. Be cognizant, conscious of who you're going to for this support. Not everybody's going to understand, in your circle is going to understand your level of ambition. And that's okay. Don't become bitter because of that. Just be selective about who you go to for that support system. I had an interesting conversation with one of our mentorship students 2 days ago about this, about mom not understanding and mom projecting outward her fears and insecurities. And it was amazing to exchange some dialogue with this student and tell her of my, similar experiences with others around me. And also just getting at a different stage of the game and having witnessed them grow, these people who were kind of not oppositional, but didn't understand and projected these things outward a number of years ago, they have seen things come to life and they see it differently. And so that support from them is actually increased, and it's actually something I feel safe going to now, whereas at the beginning that wasn't the case. And so that's an ever-evolving process. Pay attention to those details. Be cognizant, conscious of who you're going to at what times, and just know that people can change too. These are anchors. Again, family, faith, like-minded community. These are anchors, and they are what really help you to regain momentum when you experience setbacks. Actions here: developing daily habits of exercise, reflection, journaling, prayer, all these things that help you strengthen your resilience. These are everyday things. These are systems. You'll hear me talk about systems all the time. It's creating a system that works, that produces the types of results you want to see. It's not about psyching yourself out about your big goals. It's about creating systems that support growth in those areas, little by little. And then setting up a routine to celebrate those small wins when you get them and maintain positive momentum in the direction you're headed and want to go. And then the last pillar, because we're running out of time, I got a little bit out of my regular style here. This is probably going to be more like 20 minutes, but I hope that all of this helps you massively in your process as a new or, again, seasoned entrepreneur. So let's wrap this thing up. Fourth pillar, effective leadership and relationships. Empower others. Great entrepreneurs are great leaders. They develop the ability to build and empower a strong team. Understand that team's strengths, the people around you. Understand their strengths and give them tools they need to excel. I cannot emphasize this enough. Trust them. Don't withhold your best or withhold being open with them. See them fully and let them see you fully. We is way greater than me. Lead by example. Embody the values you want your team to uphold. What I would say here is be the message. Sure, you can speak it too, but being it is so much more powerful. Practice integrity, responsibility, and ever increasingly as important, or even more important anymore, is empathy and emotional intelligence. Network and build relationships. Build meaningful relationships in your industry. Strategic partnerships, collaborations, connections. These things can provide both resources and emotional support. It's a lonely road sometimes. There's not a lot of people that can relate. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Find your crew. You never can imagine what comes from these types of relationships. And what I would say here is caution. Stay away from building them with preconceived ideas. Simply show up for others. Be conscious of their needs. And at the forefront of everything, strive to serve. Strive to be of service and of help. Actions here: hold regular feedback sessions with your team. Actively listen to their input and attend networking events, join mastermind groups, or engage in online communities to help you grow your network and help others do the same. Integration of mindset practices here to kind of round things out. Rituals for success. Daily habits and routines are key to reinforcing the proper mindset to be able to find success in business, in your pursuits, in life. Incorporate morning routines that focus on cultivating mental clarity, This looks like gratitude. This looks like visualization. This looks like mindfulness. Again, all of these things are things that we teach in a proprietary way within our mentorship and coaching programs. These are not skills that you are taught in school, college, high school, whatever. Track and reflect. Keep a journal to track your progress. Where progress is measured, progress improves, or performance improves. Where performance is measured, performance improves. Track your goals. Track your emotional state. This is why we've created the Think Bigger journal. Regular reflection, it helps you spot patterns and make proactive adjustments so that you can better evolve and better grow. And then balance work and life. Avoid burnout by balancing your personal and professional life. This includes your physical health, your mental well-being, spiritual well-being, and maintaining strong relationships with those you love. This framework today puts emphasis on and ensures that you not only build a business, but also a foundation of personal growth, resilience, and leadership, which again are essential for long-term sustainable success within your pursuits. I know that was a lot to digest today, but I am so grateful that you're able to come to the show and gather all of this today, because I have learned that through my own experience, when we stick to these types of principles, when we put these things into practice, when we design our systems around these things, we do create greater success. We do create greater happiness. We do create greater fulfillment within our pursuits. And there is nothing that I want more than that for you. And remember, it's not just one thing, it's all these things. All these things add up to, again, greater success, greater happiness, greater fulfillment. So thanks for joining us as always here on the show, my friends. If you haven't referred this to a friend that you know would benefit from it, a colleague, please do so. Please continue to rate, review, share the show. We continue to see massive growth here on the MFM podcast. And I just feel like we're just getting started. I feel like that all the time. So super grateful to be able to spend time with you. And we'll see you guys back here on the show again tomorrow.
Multifamily Mindset
Podcast. Think bigger.